Hello everyone, welcome back to Tactile Talk. I'm super excited to announce the start of a new series today called Search for the Switch. And in this series we're going to test every switch that we can and rank them. We'll be taking a look at how these switches perform, so their feel, their sound. We're also going to take a look at how available they are and ultimately even look at the packaging, because I think that a premium product comes in a premium packaging. So everything will be tested in the same keyboard to keep things consistent. We got a Monsgeek M1 here. It's a board that I like. It's also very affordable and available, so I think it's a great choice for us to use for this series. So today we're going to start episode 1 off with the Akko Lavender Purples. These are a tactile switch. We're going to start by category, all with the tactile, and we're going to try them all until we try them all. So stay tuned and let's get into the video. Alright, so the first thing up when we are looking at our switches is going to be how they come in the box. So the Akko Lavender Purples come in a nice little box here with a sleeve around it. Nothing too crazy there. It's going to give you all of the information about those switches as well on the back. So once you take that sleeve off, you are left with a nice little box here. Pop open a couple of tabs and then you get this nice little packaging for us here, where everything is just laid out for you there. I have seen people also use this as a switch lubing station, so kind of an added bonus of these switches. However, these were bought factory lubed, so no big deal there. Zoom in. So also worth noting for while we're looking at packaging is how many these come with. So the Akko switches actually come with 45, I believe, in the box, which is really nice because 2 packs of these are actually all you need to fill up the M1, so 75% keyboard layout with no issues there, and you actually have a few left over, which is nice because if you're new to this, I will say the pins on these are fairly flimsy, so you might lose a couple in the process. Let's quickly talk about the availability and the cost, because I think that's one of the more important things as well before we get into what do they sound like and what do they feel like. So the Akko switches are, I mean, they're made by Akko, which is known for being somewhat of a budget brand, and they are very available. I mean, you can get these things on Amazon with no issues, you know, prime delivery next day. Looks like I could even get another pack of these today if I wanted, so super readily available. Not going to knock them there on any points. And you do have your options of lubed versus unlubed when you're looking to get these. So it looks like they're about $14 unlubed and $21 if you want to go with the lubed. Alright, so we have our switches in our Monsgeek M1, so doesn't really matter much, again, what switches look like when they're just sitting there, but I do actually really like the look of these Lavender Purples. So I think in order for us to get the best understanding of sound, we're going to do a test 2 ways, right? So there are common types of keycap materials, right? So we're going to take a look at these Akko keycaps because they are ABS. And I know everybody is always on the PBT train, but these are like $40. They're super affordable, and a lot of people are looking just to make an affordable board, you know, pick a nice color and be done with it. It's not about accent keys and things like that. On the flip side, I'm also going to use these Winter Tundra keycaps that I have from Canon Keys. These are slightly more expensive, but not quite on the same level of like a custom or a group buy for keycaps. They are PBT, which is again seen as kind of a higher standard for it. So we're going to see if there is actually a difference between the 2 keycaps, just so that we can get an understanding of the feel and the sound regardless of the material that you're using, and we're going to also see if that even makes a difference. So let's start off with our ABS keycaps. Alright. Cool, so we got our ABS keycaps in, and we're going to go ahead and do a quick sound test on the Lavender Purples. So, overall, I actually really like the sound of these switches with these keycaps. If you're looking for a deeper, quote-unquote, thockier sound, this is not going to be the setup for you. I'm just going to be honest, but, you know, I've seen in the other keyboards, if you put a bunch of foam and stuff in it, you can definitely dampen the sound enough to make them thockier, but I promise there are switches out there that just, out of the box, sound a lot closer to that. Now, if you like things that clack and you like this kind of crisp sound to it, you know, this could be a really good option for you. Like I said earlier, stay tuned. Let's drop in these Winter Tundra PBT keycaps. They're still a cherry profile, so we shouldn't see much of a difference there, and I have a suspicion that the profile matters a lot more to what we're seeing over the keycap material itself, but you know, there's certainly something to be said for the thickness of the material and things like that. So let's get these on and see if we hear any difference. Alright, so we got our PBT keycaps into the Monsgeek M1 with the Lavender Purples, and let's go ahead and see what they sound like. So there you have it. Lavender Purples. Two types of keycaps, through the packaging, through all of it. I actually do think that might sound a little better with these PBT keycaps over the ABS. So if that's something you're interested in getting closer to that sound, definitely check out some PBT keycaps. Again, you do not need to buy these crazy expensive ones. These from Cannon Keys, I think not on sale, are still like $70, which is more expensive than your ABS, but it's not going to break the bank like some of these other ones that I've bought that are like, you know, almost $200. And, you know, depending on when you're watching this, like there are sales going on all the time. For instance, I got these as part of a buy one get one sale. They also have like a mystery keycap, and there's a lot of places that will do that. So pay attention to profile and material, because obviously it does have an effect on the sound. But overall, you know, I think you won't make a bad decision. Alright, so there you have it. That is the Akko Lavender Purple switches. Again, this is episode 1 of Search for the Switch, so now it is time for us to come to our conclusion about how we feel about these switches in this keyboard. So, overall, for packaging, I'm going to say this is a 4 out of 5. There's something to be said for some of these come in bags, some of these come in boxes. The fact that I see people using their little trays for like switch looping stations, I think is really nice. So a little bit bulkier, but I do think you get a lot out of it. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5 on the packaging. Not a huge deal there. As far as availability goes, I mean, these are a 5 out of 5, right? The cost of them is reasonable. You can get them on Amazon with no issues. I can get them today if I really wanted to. So you're gonna be hard pressed to find something that's more available than these switches right here. Now for the sound. So I do think that there's a difference when we're looking at the keycaps, but obviously this isn't necessarily about the keycaps. This is just about how they sound and how they feel. So I like the sound. Again, you know, if you are somebody who wants a clackier sounding keyboard, like these switches are going to be great. They're pretty light to the touch. I don't feel like I'm stressing out pushing down on them. I think they feel great. So I'm actually going to give these a 4 out of 5 as well. Nothing too crazy there, but again, I think they sound great. Even if you like thock, some of it gets too much. Again, some of it's too clacky. Part of that's going to be the board, of course, but overall, I do think that these feel good. I think they sound good. So, you know, giving it kind of the rundown on everything that we're seeing there, the Akko Lavender Purples I think are a pretty great switch for you to have. Again, packaged well, super available, good cost, and they sound really good. So let me know in the comments if you agree, maybe you've tried these out, or if there's any other switches you'd like me to take a look at, because again, we are going to try them all until we try them all, and there's a lot of switches out there. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.